Hello and welcome back. This is Mike. I'm currently in my desert biome with the pillager outpost and my pyramids and UAP. What I've been doing for the last couple of days, I recently found one of the new ice spike biomes, which I'd been looking at and I'd not found since they were released. But it is basically 5,000 blocks as good as in that direction. Now I was going to leave it at that. Let me quickly show you the map actually. I've zoomed in here a little bit. Right, this is where we are now at the desert outpost. There's the mining hub there. Main base is down here. And all the other stuff. There's the savannah interchange that we've done. But yeah, the ice spike biome is right over here. That's the only one I've found so far. Bear in mind this span is 10,000 blocks, basically 5,000 each way. So we're at the best part of 5,000 blocks away for this biome. I was going to leave it at that, but having a look at this route, it goes through some really quite nice biomes. There's a large or huge dark forest along here. There's a couple of swamps. I'm trying to think what else. There's a mixture that all end up over here. So I did take the decision of, because I wasn't going to, but I thought no, I'll build a minecart track to make it easier to get there. And like I say, with the other biomes on the way, there's a nice selection. There's a tiger biome. Like I say, there's a tiger biome, dark forest, a couple of swamps, some desert. It's a nice route basically, and there's some handy spots to pick up various materials at a later time. So yeah, I decided I will build that. But on this occasion I've used creative. It's just too much distance for the time I have to build in survival. And to be honest, building it in creative is still a challenge. So I mean, I have all the materials and stuff to do it, but I just don't have the time. So I've jumped in creative. It speeds things up. I think I've got about 1,000 blocks to go till I get to the ice spike biome, but I've just been recently going through and tidying this part up before I move on to the final stage. So that's really why I've brought you in here. Just so we can continue that. But what we do, we jump up, because I did initially just put down the center block and the rail, but I've been going through and tidying it up now to make it fit in with the rest of my tracks. I mean, there's not an awful lot you can do with the water sections here, but yeah, the ice spike biome does look very impressive. I've not explored it very much, and it's not the biggest example of that biome, but like I say, it's the first one I've found, and I can build something over there. So I bit the bullet and thought I will build the track. I mean, this is the longest track I've built. I've built many others, but none quite this distance. So hence switching into creative just to speed some stuff up. But yeah, I want to do a little bit of tidying up along this section. Now the basic track is down. Like I say, I've got another 1,000 blocks or so, I think it is, before I reach the ice spikes. But it's going well. Yeah, see, I got to here, I think, yesterday. Yeah, I was just, like I say, tidying up this section of the track. But I hope everyone's well. I'm aware again that I've not posted for a few days. I've been trying different stuff out on different devices. And like I say, working on this, I know this isn't the most thrilling thing to watch, building these tracks for some. So I've tried to speed through getting most of it done, really. I'm of course not finished in any way over near the mining hub, or over in the mining hub, but I did want to get this particular track built, because it's going to open up more stuff for me, more areas, and we'll get a good look at the ice biome, if just in case anyone hasn't seen one yet. Oh. Yeah, see, if we look at the coordinates, oh, no, wrong one. Yeah, see, we're at 1,130 going this way, as you can see on that coordinate there, the N1. But the ice spike biome, I believe, is at 4,500. So you can see the task in hand. But I think I've got, like I say, I've laid the basic blocks, and track actually, I think, up to about 3,500. So, like I mentioned, we've got about 1,000 to go, I think. Which switching to creative does speed things up, but it's still a job, that's for sure. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of this tidying up now, but then we'll pop over to the end, over that direction, where I've got to, and push forward a little bit further. But I'll say, there's still hours and hours of work to do here, really, but it'll be worth it in the end. And we've got a village just here on the left, I believe, if I remember rightly. Just round the corner. I do a tiny little bit more, and then we'll shoot over to the end. Well, the end of this track, not the end. Also, planning the route can be a bit of a thing. So, creative does help in that regard as well. Nope, wrong one. Right. We'll leave the tidying up there. What we do, we'll shoot over to the end of this track where I got to and push forward a little bit further, I think. Yeah, so we've got one swamp here. I have travelled this as a test on a few occasions, and travelling through when there's slime bouncing about, like that little fella there, it's nice. A little savannah village. And another bigger swamp. And a larger slime. Because I've not actually got a swamp on any of my other routes, so like I mentioned at the start, that's kind of one of the driving forces in me going ahead and doing this track, because it takes me through various biomes that I don't currently really have easy access to. And I will put these biomes on that map once things are completed. Right, see if we can get across here quick. There's a lot of tidying up to do along here, but it would be worth it in the end, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know how many of you have seen or come across the ice spiked biome as yet. Right, here's our dark forest, part of it. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be a woodland mansion in this particular spot, so... But it did occur to me the other day, or yesterday, I was talking about building my own, because I couldn't find one near enough. Having a track coming through this one, this could be a good spot to build my replica woodland mansion. And I know a replica's not quite the same thing as the real thing, but it'll be an interesting build anyway. And again, this is the only dark forest that I've had or now have access to. And I've lost my track. Where's my track? There it is. I did try not to disrupt the forest too much, so I've kind of planned it out a bit to go in between the trees and the mushrooms as much as I could. Which does improve the journey somewhat. We're back into a snowy bit. Yeah, see, once you start zigzagging and doing all this stuff, that 4,500 blocks easily turns into 5,000. Because you can't really go straight ahead, otherwise we'd have to have gone through that mountain and all kinds, so I decided to do it like this. I think... I can't even remember how far I got now. Right, yeah, this is where we got to. Where are we? We are at 3,200, so yeah, we're roughly in the right coordinate there. That one, 2907. But that, we've got a little bit over 1,000 blocks actually. So what we need to do is just dig on forwards. Right, have I got any... I can put the sandstone stuff away, and that... If we get some snow out... so we can tidy that up a little bit. As we go. Right. Yeah, we won't sit through all of this. I'll do a bit, but it was just really to bring you up to date as to where we are, what I've been up to. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we can just go straight through there, I think. Might take a little bit of some of this away, I think. Let me put a block down just so I know where I am and I can see what we're doing. Not one of those. Actually, I'm gonna let me turn those coordinates off for a second. Which way should we go? Let me think. As I've mentioned before, I don't really like to change the landscape up too much, but sometimes you don't really have an awful lot of choice. Why does that keep switching to snowball? Snow block? I don't know. Right. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how many hours this has taken so far, how many hours I've spent on it, but it's got to be something like, I don't know, 5-6 hours, maybe more. Not really sure, to be honest. But that would have been an awful lot more if I'd have done it in survival, like I have done previously. So, well, not that there's anything wrong with survival, creative, but like I've said before, but I think we take this bit off. Actually, I think we go. Take that one out. No. That one. Quick little peek at the coordinates, I think. Where are we? 3360. And of course, through this snowy biome can be extra work because you've got the block and you've also got the snow on top. So if you destroy the block, the snow's still there. So if you're trying to do it from above, you have two shots to remove it. Just an observation, not a complaint, of course. Sorry, bunny. You're gonna have to move, please. Go on. Thank you. Don't think he's happy with me. Sorry. Right. There we go. Yeah, it is always worth looking ahead, because you come across stuff like this where sometimes it can be worth just veering off slightly to avoid messing with this too much. Adds to the block count, obviously, but that's fine. I think what I'm going to try and do, come up to here. And right, yeah, I think I'll veer off here a little, and I'll just run down here, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Nope. It's the wrong one as well. Right. I'll just put these little bits in just so I can see when I'm over here. I can see where I need to go, where I need to head to. So, fill this bit in. So that's going to be right. Just need to set these ones up. You're going to have to move too, mister, I'm afraid. Maybe. Right, yeah, that would work. Right, excuse me, polar bear. Yep, don't mind me. And as much as I do tend to, like you know now, shy away from creative, I mean, especially for buildings and stuff, but this, it's actually a lot of fun. Alright, so we're going to come straight across here. So we're now only about 1,000 blocks away. I mean, we'll see the ice spike biome before that, as we get closer. I mean, I may make the thumbnail to this video a very small little teaser to that for those that haven't seen it, seen the ice spiked biome just yet. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice looking area around here anyway as well. And that can be some of the joy in those minecart runs. They can get a little bit repetitive sometimes, but it's nice just to sit back and end up somewhere that you want to be without having to run about. And as we have no other form of fast travel yet, not really. I did look at using nether portals to shorten the distance underground, but to be honest, that's just as much work. Trying to find the right portals down in the nether and whatnot. So, and once you've built something like this, it's a lot of fun to ride it, I have to say. It is nice to jump in and off those mine carts as and when if you need to get somewhere. Alright, I think we'll do a little bit more and then I'll call this video and prepare for the next one. But let's see, again, I don't want to destroy this mountain too much. I want to try and get through it with the least amount of disruption. Let's make sure we're in the right place. In fact, I'm gonna fill this little bit in, I think. Just so we know where we're at. Right. I probably will, once this is completed, I will probably go back and add in stops at the main biomes that I mentioned that this track runs through, so I can hop on and off as and when needed. Right, yeah, we don't want to destroy more than we need to here. I mean, that is a gorgeous view. I'm gonna have to take this one away. And this one. No, not that one. That one. Right, yeah, that's good. Creeper hiding in the bush. That's not working. Right, yeah, so where are we at now? 3,508 coordinate. 3508. So we're getting closer. In fact, let's have a look. 2887. I've got to figure out how to zoom out here without how do I zoom out without mouse and keyboard? Oh, like that. Right. What was that number? 2887. And 3508. 3508. I won't save this point. I just want to add it just so we can see where we are. Yeah, see, we're here. So that's a good portion of it done for the most part. We just got this little bit, and like I say, we should start seeing the ice spikes as we get a little bit closer anyway. So yeah, that's good. There's our original woodland mansion that we found, the closest one, and now you can see why that distance on a straight line is 5,000, but to get down there, that would have been a fair bit more than that. And I've still, as yet, not found another woodland mansion around any of these other areas. Obviously not looked everywhere, but I've not seen any on the dark forests that I've come across all around here. There's dark forest there. But yeah, I do apologise if you can't quite see this on the video, because it's a little bit small, I know. But yeah, Desert Outpost, where we started. Ice Spikes biome there, and that's where we've got to so far. But right, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the video there. I just wanted to bring you up to date with what I had been working on. The task in hand. Like I say, it's not a huge amount more. Well, there is quite a bit more to do, but in the grand scheme of things, we're getting there. It's going to be worth it in the end, as well. Like I say, we've already got access to a taiga biome, a dark forest, huge dark forest, a couple of swamps, this new snowy biome, which still continues that way. Yeah, various biomes, all good. But yeah, I will leave the video here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Take care.